besties? Welcome back to another episode of IEM Besties. Woo woo. Woo woo. I'm super excited for today's episode, but before we start, I do want to take a second and acknowledge that our bestie, Stephanie, unfortunately is not here. She's going to be taking a short break. She's dealing with some personal matters at this time. So please make sure you drop down in the comments and send her a lot of love. Let her know how much you love and miss her and that we can't wait to have her back. But today I'm really excited because we have here an IE legend too in the making. If you are University Avenue that one day, that 1 week on a Sunday, then you know who I'm talking about.
Oh my God, no, we didn't. Hey guys.
I'm so excited to have Geraldine Moreno. Woo-hoo.
Hi guys.
Hey gorgeous, how are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing.
I feel like I should say like howdy.
Howdy, because I'm howdy.
Yes.
I'm doing great.
Yeah, I'm excited. For those that don't know, we were just sharing a story offline about how Geraldine is cemented in Riverside officially forever. Shout out to Killer Queens.
Oh my God, seriously.
She has the sign, the poster. We need to hear the story.
Okay, quick story. I don't know what happened, but every Sunday I was at Killer Queens, which is banda night. And I'm not crazy about banda, but apparently I am. Mm-hmm. And the next thing you know, I'm walking down the street on a Sunday, of course. With my friends.
Holy day.
Yeah. And some person runs into a sign. By the way, I hate reading. And I was kind of forced to read because the person ran into the sign. And the next thing you know, it's me and my friends on this poster that says Sunday banda night. And I'm like, at this point, let's just go in. I'm going to clock into work.
I'm like, when are you hosting? Let me know. I'll pull up with some tequila or what do they say, bucanas. You know, we'll have the night.
Whatever it is, but I guess I'm there on Sundays.
Cemented forever. No, literally, if you are from the IE, then you've definitely partied in Riverside.
Yes.
And you absolutely know what's up with University Avenue.
Yes.
And so literally when I saw you post it, I was like, I damn well know that spot. And
it's in downtown.
Here, I'm like,
we're literally across from it, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
We're literally across from it right now. Yeah.
It was meant to be that we were going to link up in
I
Riverside,
guess it is.
You know, maybe not on Banda Night, maybe on Banda Night. I don't know. The week is still young, so we'll see. I'm so excited to have you here. Really excited to have you on Besties. Wanted to have you introduce yourself a little bit. Who are you?
Yes.
What do we do? And what do we need to know about this legend?
Well, hello everyone. I'm Geraldine. I'm a content creator and actress, and maybe your favorite Latina personality start coming soon. So yeah, I mean, I started with acting, then social media came along, and then the next thing you know, I'm creating skits, I'm doing behind the scenes, then I'm being the MC for red carpets, I'm hosting, and then now I'm just on TV.
Yeah, honestly, I love it. We actually met at the Taste Salud event, so shout out to Taste Salud. We were in the party bus.
Yes.
Sat down next to each other, you know, as yappers do, you know, speaking a little Japanese, just talking, chatting. I'm like, wait, girl, you're from Riverside?
Yes.
Wait, girl, you're from what? So I absolutely really loved your story.
I love when people always say, where are you from? I don't know why I've always noticed this. I don't know if this is me, but like every time you say, oh, I'm from Riverside, somehow you connect with that person. You're like, okay. It's like it hits home. It's so different.
And I have like a special place in my heart for Riverside. If y'all know me, I'm from the IE. Not from Riverside, but I went to school at UCR. So like this is the battleground. Honestly, for anyone, whether you went to UCR or you just live in the IE.
Anybody in the Inland Empire just knows downtown Riverside. Riverside is like the spot to go to.
Yeah, it's either there or you're going to Pomona. Like
that's true. That's
like
true.
The two spots. Like to be honest, if y'all know another spot that we should be checking into, drop down below in the comments. I'm like trying to expand our horizons.
Okay.
Yeah. So I loved your story because I think your story when we met and we were chatting, you always knew who you were and you always knew what you wanted to do. And your story, like you tried to persevere in high school. And I kind of want to share that story a little bit. Like if you could share what you knew since you were young, who I wanted to be, and kind of that story of high school and, you know, that journey for you. Because I think it's important for us in IE to know when you have a dream, like it's achievable.
So, you know, crazy story. I actually didn't know as a kid what I wanted to do until I was like 17.
Oh, wow.
According to the people like that raised me or friends, family, they're like, since you were a kid, you always like to be doing commercials, acting, without you even knowing that it was a career. I didn't even realize you can make money out of it until I was probably, honestly, 17 years old.
Wow.
So like, to me it was all magic. Disney, like Disney Channel, all that. I thought it was magic. But anyways, when I was getting closer to graduate high school, by the way, I went to like many different high schools because I was very intelligent. So I was hopping to school and I was like very confused. I felt like I never fit in. I never fit in with anybody in school. I always felt like I was different. Just the way I was thinking, just my mindset, what I wanted. My dad would always ask me, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And I'm like, ugh, he's so like, I'm the oldest. So you guys know if you're the eldest.
Oh my God. The eldest daughter?
I'm the eldest and I'm first generation. English is my second language. So my parents were so strict. Like they, want that American lifestyle, which is fine. I get it. So my dad was so like, he was pressuring me so much. And then I was like, I want to do it all. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, I want to be a nurse. I want to be a lawyer. I want to do this. The only thing you could do that is if you're an actress, honestly. Yeah. Unless you're Kim Kardashian, that's a whole different story.
Right.
But
curious.
Yeah, later on, I graduated high school. I went to college, got my parents a degree. I was like, here's my bachelor's, here's my associate's in criminal justice and business management, which I ended up getting.
Okay, love.
And then I was like, all right, I'm going to move to LA. They're like, what? You don't know anybody in LA? How are you going to? Look, girl, I Googled, I researched. The next thing you know, I'm a backup dancer for Chris Brown, Nicki Minaj, J. Cole. Lying. I swear. And then I was opening Cali Bash. I was like a dancer for Cali Bash. The next thing you know, I'm like meeting friends. I'm networking and I just didn't stop. And the next thing you know, I'm meeting friends and I'm auditioning and I get an agent and then I'm on a TV show and then I'm on red carpets and then I'm still doing it.
I love it.
Yeah.
So give us a little story. What is the research to becoming a backup dancer? Like, did you study dance in high school?
I did not study backup dance. Like, I was not.
And for Chris Brown is crazy. I mean, despite his little things, but like he's a really great dancer.
Yes. So I started as in like background dancer, and then they moved me to like stand in, which is like you're standing in for the person when they're not there. And the next thing you know, I'm just like doing the thing. I don't even know how I did it. I consider myself a good dancer. I do not consider myself an excellent dancer, so I didn't pursue that route.
But I would say that's professional, girl. You were getting paid. You were like,
I was. It's crazy. I only did it for like half a year though.
Wow.
But it was like stepping into the entertainment, getting to know everybody, acting, and I mean anything that has to do with the industry, honestly.
I've always been curious about like touring, and is it like, are you on the tour bus? Like what does that look like?
So I never got to actually tour with them, but I did with Cali Bash.
Okay.
When we opened in Las Vegas and here in LA.
Oh wait, did you go the year that it was like J-Lo? Like that year, Cali Bash?
No, honestly, I don't remember. I just know it was way before pandemic.
Okay.
Whatever that year that is.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how I started.
That's amazing. Like, did you see yourself being a dancer, or you were just like, no. I'm gonna just take this route and see where it goes? I
just knew that I loved dancing, but I just took the opportunity because it was presented to me. And I was like, I have to risk it. If I didn't know anybody in LA or any connection, I was like, maybe this is like a door to something else. And it was. Yeah.
That's crazy. How do your parents take it? I think like when you're first, how many siblings do you have?
Oh my God, 2. It's 3 of us.
So you're the oldest? Sister, brother?
All girls. Poor dad, sorry.
You're lying. All girls and you're the eldest?
Yes.
Okay. What was that conversation where you're like, Mom, Dad, I gotta go?
It's hard because my dad is like he's not old school, but he's very like up to date. Like he's a great texter. He has Facebook, TikTok. I mean, you name it.
He's still traditional.
Very traditional. At first, he did not understand it. And I want to say, honestly, probably until 2 years ago, he barely started understanding.
Yeah, and you've been doing this since pre-pandemic, girl.
I've been doing this since I was 24 years old. Yes.
How old are you now? Okay, wait, you don't got to say. I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were like 20. I thought you were like 24. 25.
I am.
Yeah.
That's what we are.
So actually, she's been doing this like 24, like since you were 16. Actually.
Yeah. When I was 17, I realized what I wanted to do, but I didn't really pursue anything until I was 24 because I had to go to college. It was hard. I was working with my father. Like my parents own a car dealership, so my dad was like very like, come to work, school, come to work.
Sales, girl. It was in your bloodline to make those connections and to be that link. Don't you think like now thinking back, you're like how those skills are so transferable and
oh my God, are
helpful?
you kidding me? Like my dad has taught me discipline, consistency. I mean, my dad's probably the most hardworking person I've ever met in my life.
Wow.
Till this day, like you do not watch my dad really watch TV. Which is crazy because I like being on TV. Well, I don't even watch myself on TV. It's just funny. But
he'll sit down and watch your shows though.
Oh yeah, he's forced to when he has time. No, but my dad's so busy. Like he's also shown me to like never be afraid. If you want something, do it. be straightforward, look in people's eyes when you're having a conversation. I mean, he's taught me so much. He even put me in positions where I was so uncomfortable as a kid. And I'm like, ugh, but I brought that in. You have to have tough skin if you want to be in entertainment. I'll tell you that. Because there's a lot of times that you think you made it and nope, it's a big no. Like,
And I think rejection, that's what they always say, right? In Hollywood, in the entertainment, you got to deal with a lot of rejection.
All the time. I mean, I could tell you stories where they flew me out to a whole different country. I am literally filming, like, for example, like The Circle. I don't know if you guys know Circle on Netflix.
Yeah,
I made it for the first season. They flew me to Manchester. I was out there for a month and a half.
No way.
I filmed the whole, what's up, guys? I'm Geraldine. I'm from Riverside. I did the whole thing. I filmed, and guess what? I didn't get to be on the show. And it's like, a lot of people take that, like they give up. It's hard, you know? But for me, I'm like, no, screw that. Like, to me, this is just like a little step to something better. But you have to have that mindset because you almost think like, maybe this is my break, like this is it. No, girl, 3 years later, then, you know, like I have more shows and whatnot. Yeah.
I think I love what you're saying, that sometimes, like, even when you have it, right? Like, you filmed, you were there on set.
And you literally, and it's like they take it away. Yep.
But I really love how you're saying, it's like, this, if anything, this is like demonstrating to you, like, you're at the cusp. Like, you're at the cusp. It's there, and it's an opportunity that you had. Because maybe somebody didn't even get to go to the UK, didn't even get to film, didn't even get to be there. And like making those connections, I'm sure that was super valuable. And you could probably take, okay, what I learned from here, when I go into my next show, I'm going to do that angle, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's really important to have the opportunities to like be okay with, I wouldn't even say that's failure. I feel like that, I don't know, girl, to be able to say, girl, I was out filmed on The Circle.
Oh yeah, no, I was having,
that's amazing.
Netflix took care of me. I got to visit a place I never thought I would.
What was the best part of Manchester?
Honestly, I think it was just experience having a chaperone with you, taking you to every dinner. Netflix paid for everything.
Oh my God.
I got to even went to Liverpool. I went to
Did you go to the soccer games? That's the only thing I know about the UK.
I didn't go to soccer games.
You needed to, girl. Come back with a little Liverpool jersey.
Maybe I will. Who knows? But then my whole experience on that was just building that relationship with the casting directors, because I've always said this, you can walk into a room and like meeting people is the easiest part, but keeping the relationship is the hardest part. And that goes with anything. So I kept that relationship. 3 years later, I made it on a show called The Traders, which is on Peacock streaming right now. I'm on season 1, which is really cool because that's, you know, and then it's
Give
grown.
us a little preview. What's on? What do we need to see
about The Traders?
Yes, about The Traders.
Okay,
I'm not gonna Peacock, girl. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna watch that right now.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like my season the most. I think season 2 is way better, just because I feel like we were the guinea pigs. It's a new show. They're now in season 3, which is doing really good. But you live in a castle in Scotland, and you have to win $250,000. I did not win the $250,000 because homegirl would not be here right now. Just saying. I'm kidding.
You'd be in your castle right now.
I'll be in my castle somewhere, okay? And you have to do all these different challenges. It's mental challenge and then physical challenges. And then on top of that, you are jet lag. They take your phone away. You're mic'd for 13, 14 hours a day.
Stop.
You're already drained from the activities that you've done physically. Then on top of that, you have all these cameras, and then people are like trying to figure out, and then there's drama. It's a lot, but it was so much fun. It was probably like, I was living my dream, honestly.
Do you think that was so far, like, out of all the shows and, you know, shows that you've been on, is that one of like probably like one of your top experiences?
I would say yes, because I got to visit Scotland.
It's gorgeous.
It's crazy. And I got to be in a castle, and then I was with other celebrities. Like, they had 10 civilians and 10 celebrities from other shows, which I didn't know any of them, to be honest, because I don't really watch TV, which is so bad because I like to be on TV. I'm the worst when it comes to that. But yeah, it's just a crazy experience.
What do you think is like the biggest learning lesson you've learned? Like, now being on reality TV and walking off and like watching yourself? Because you know what they say, they always edit you in a specific light. What was your role? Who do you think they made you?
It's actually unscripted role, a series. And we also won Emmy Award for season 1.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, Emmy winner, congrats.
From Riverside, how you doing?
Drop down below, Bestie, say congrats to her. I'm telling y'all, it's an IE legend right here.
Oh, thank you. But go watch season 2. Don't watch my season. I'm just kidding. I think it's just so cringe. I hate to see myself on TV. But season 1, they did me dirty. And I was the only Latina on there too.
No way.
So I was very proud, just the fact that I was a Latina on the show.
Representing.
I was like, I love that. But yeah, go watch the show.
Okay, I'm like, that's giving. There was some tea. There was some
There
drama.
was some tea. I actually just came back from a cruise that was part of the Traders. We went on this cruise.
I saw that. It looked like so much fun, girl.
I feel like I'm still on the boat. I'm not gonna lie. I had so much fun, but a lot of the people that are huge fans of the show, they went, and I got to meet them, and we got to play, and I got to host some of the games that we played on the show. So that was a really cool experience. But that's like the first reality show that I've ever done. The one I just finished is an actual acting gig. I just finished season 2. I did season 1 and season 2. It's called Traición. It's on Amazon. It is French.
Oh, okay.
Sorry if I'm saying it wrong.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui. Je m'appelle Geraldine.
Ooh, hey, period.
But yeah, so definitely go watch that. I just, it's about to come out.
Okay.
So that was really cool. But that's an actual acting gig that I did, not reality.
What do you think is the biggest difference between like acting and the reality?
Girl. Everything. I mean, one thing you're being like, you legit have lines that you have to memorize. And then you have to get into character and you have to get to know the character. And then it could be sad, it could be happy, it depends what it is. And you become that character for that week or whatever it is. Now, reality is kind of like, you can also do that.
Play a persona, kind of.
Play a persona, but it's kind of like, it's on your call, how you feel, how you read the room. You kind of take the lead on that one. And how you want to be portrayed on TV, because sometimes they edit it, heavily edited on TV. So yeah.
I'm like, she's giving a little tea right there.
Yeah. No, and then the cameras are everywhere, and then you're mic'd all the time, even when you go to the restroom.
No way, girl.
You have like no free time. It's like you're vulnerability out the door, like gone. You better, girl, everything.
I literally, you know what I was thinking when you were saying mic'd up 12 hours? I'm like, God forbid you have to use the restroom.
Oh yeah, you know what I did? Okay, so when I would use the restroom, I'll be like, this is so weird. So I would cover the mic, and I'm like, I hate anybody hearing me pee, but
right. It's just like awkward.
So
as
weird.
A woman, even when you go to the restroom,
weird.
It's so weird to hear another person.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. After a while, I was like, all right. I was like the mic. I was like, all right, I'm gonna pee now. Not that they could see me right then and there, but I just let them know. But it was just so weird, and I'm like, at one point, I was just so tired. I was like, I don't even care.
I feel like I would be like,
I stopped warning them. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, just hear me pee.
Yeah, you know what? They probably heard some other bombs in there dropping.
Oh yeah, they
didn't even worry about it. Yeah, they're like, okay, next, skip 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No, but that's really awesome. I feel like one thing because I feel like when you're growing up, you be watching a lot of telenovelas and they be inspiring you.
I would love to be in a telenovela.
Who was your biggest inspiration as a telenovela?
Oh my God, I am the worst at naming names right now. But
or the telenovela, if you remember the name.
Gaviota!
Oh my God.
Gaviota! O La Madrastra.
Okay.
Oh, yes. I
can see Gaviota.
I loved Gaviota. Oh my God, Gaviota! I will never forget.
I could 100% see you in a telenovela.
Oh my God, I would love to. I feel like I would have to just fly to Mexico and do that, because I could either be the villain or the villain.
I was gonna say, you give me like villain energy. Oh yeah. Not for anything, but like your look. I'm like the sweetest person, because it's crazy, because it's so weird, because for acting, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, I'm not good to cry on camera. I cannot cry on cue. Like, comedy and action, it's my go-to. Your go-to? So you want to see yourself like in a Mission Impossible kind of movie?
Yes.
Assault? Like a little Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider?
Yes, put me in a motorcycle. Let's steal some money from the bank. Let's Yes, let's do that.
It's given we need to do the skit right now. Get a little fan in your hair.
Need a little fan and then slow motion.
Yeah, I can see it. It's giving Bad Girls, guys. Yeah. Comment down below what telenovela you think you would see Geraldine estrenar in.
Ooh, I'm
Give us your ideas. Is it Gaviota? Or what was the other one?
La Madrastra.
La Madrastra or Ruby?
Ruby.
I loved Ruby. She's so hot.
She is really hot.
Is that the same girl? Is that the same girl that's the wife of Sebastian Rulli? I think I'm gonna be honest with you.
Me no sabo kid right now.
Hey, you know what? It don't matter. Control Alt Delete. We didn't even say that. Yeah. No, I love that. So, in your experience right now that you've done serious acting, like, I feel like, what is the hardest part of that? Because I'm like, how do you tap in with a million fucking people on screen?
So, okay, I'm going to tell you what the hardest part. One thing, I actually don't like auditioning. It's weird. I don't like auditioning. I get cringe about my auditions. I have to send to all my friends. I'm like, did you like it? Do you think I could do better? But what's really hard is when you have to get a good acting coach, and you do have to be taking classes till this day. Like, it doesn't matter how great of an actor you are. It's really getting into character, understanding the character. Like, who is the character? Does it have siblings? Does it have friends? Is it lonely? Has it been betrayed? do your research on that, do notes, and then start acting it, getting to character. When I started acting, one of my biggest horrible auditions was they wanted me to do this audition, and I had to really be emotional, depressed, because I guess the girl's parents passed away. Girl, I was so in character that I was literally sad for like a week. Because I was so into character that I became that character for that week. And I didn't like it. I almost like wanted to give up acting, I'm not gonna lie. Wow. It was that intense. I'm like, I don't wanna do this to myself. Like, ew, like this is what people do for acting.
Yeah.
But then I realized like, no, that's when I started getting an acting coach. It's like, it's not like that.
Right.
I mean, it is like that, but that's not what I wanna tap into.
You didn't wanna do like the method acting, right? Method acting is the one where
it's not, I mean, all those method actors, honestly, props to them. But like, they actually become that character for weeks and months if you didn't know that.
So, okay, that's something I've never understood. So
Yes.
what are the different acting styles? So it's like method acting, and then the other one is just like what, like just like regular acting?
Well, it's method acting is just when you really go into deep dive into to the point where you become that character for almost like a year. I'm not even lying. Like Johnny Depp, because when you're shooting a movie, you're not shooting a movie for a week, for 2 months. You're shooting a movie for probably 6 to 8 months, to be honest. Or I want to say the least is 3 months. But imagine having to be character for that. Like you become that character for the next 3-6 months, and you have to kind of get an acting coach to kind of like it does. I've seen it happen. So that's why I'm like, no, I'll stick to comedy and I'm gonna stick to action where I know it's not gonna mess with me mentally.
Yeah.
So, but it could be hard. It can, especially when there's like people watching you. But I'm gonna be honest, the more I've been practicing and being in front of the camera, because I love being in front of the camera, the more I've been doing little things like this, it has taught me, I honestly forget who's behind the camera. And I get so into character. I study my lines, I get confident. I go in there and the next thing you know, I'm like doing all these scenes and then I'm like, whoa, I snap out of it. It's so weird. It's kind of like Psycho.
So do you feel like now you're like, damn, Heath Ledger, he must have been really going through it?
Yes.
Like, do you feel like you have a different perspective on that?
Yes,
thinking about that?
I feel like all the actors have gone through something. I don't know what it is, but like you're living that little psycho crazy life for a second. Wow. You have to. There's no way you can. No.
Especially if it's like such a deep, intense character.
It is,
you know, I feel like it may be like something more lighthearted, like a rom-com. Like, girl, anyone could be J-Lo and Made in Manhattan. You know, like it wasn't too much like emotional. But when you think about like those method actors, right? Like Leonardo DiCaprio, Heath Ledger, like you said, Johnny Depp, like. Yes. These are people where they're like, yeah, no, you have to address them. Even Jim Carrey, I actually heard Jim Carrey when he was playing, I don't remember what actor, but they said that during that filming, you could only address him as the name of the actor.
Yes, and even when they were on break, he would still be that character, even like just on break, because if he couldn't snap out of it, and it's good for him because you need that on TV. You don't want to like distract him on any, like, I get it.
That's
and
insane.
I have done some scenes like that where like the one I just did, there was like an emotional moment, which I actually did pretty good. I was surprised, but I don't know if I can go deeper than that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You gotta tap into one of your heart chakras.
I've done it before and it was kind of hard to get out of. It was hard for me, but maybe because I need more practice in that era, you know, area.
Yeah. No, I love that. And I also love that you do some hostings.
Yes.
You know, girl, talk to us a little bit about that.
Clearly I'm a talker. I was just telling her that I could literally just talk to the wall and have a full conversation.
She was actually, I had to stop. I'm like, hey girl, we're about to shoot real quick.
On that one. I love hosting and I didn't even think I would like it. I used to hate hosting. I used to even hate going to class and doing like my presentations. I would even like make excuses to ditch class because I did not like talking in front of people. Believe it or not, I was a shy girl. I was shyness. Shawty Bay shyness.
Oh, shout out to Shawty Bay.
Shawty Bay. But yeah, no, now I just love it. I think I've gotten so comfortable with the mic. I love being in control. I love reading the room. I love to entertain people. I love to make people laugh. And I think with my experience and my hard work, people have seen that. And now I just get hired for red carpets, for premieres, for even now, like I'm doing the commercials for Univision, Strong Tie commercial with the little chango. I don't know if you've seen it, but whatever.
Hey, I love that.
Yeah, I'm like their main girl and I'm here for it.
I think a skill that's underappreciated is being able to make small talk, you know? And I think that's a skill that as a host, you like have to learn, right? Because you said it's really important to read the room. So what's a skill like every day? Because in everyday life, we have to have regular interactions, whether it's me talking to my boss and I want to go get a promotion, whether it's me talking to like somebody that I'm interested in potentially being friends with, or I'm in the classroom trying to build a relationship with my professor, or like, you know, just every day, or I'm in sales and I need to learn like how to get that client, right? Or how to get that sale. Like, what do you think is really important about learning, or what's like the skill of small talk, or like how to approach that?
Honestly, I never got asked that question. So I'm like, wait, what? What do I even answer to that? But honestly, I think for me, I just talk to people. Like, I'm just like, introduce yourself. Like, that's the first thing you could do is just, hey, how are you? What's your name? Oh, what do you like, or compliment on their outfit or something. To me, that's just so easy. And then the conversation starts from there. I can make such an awkward room become the most bubbly room because I think I'm just full of energy, a little too much of energy. Yeah, but I think I'm just myself, honestly. I've never really thought about it like that. When it comes to like sales, I remember when I was at the car dealership, I would always approach the woman first if they're like if it's a couple, because then at the end of the day, the woman's the one that says yes or no. So you got to go with the woman. So like there's like little tricks that I've learned, but yeah, it's been pretty easy for me just to talk to people.
I think one thing, it's so crazy. You know how they say like, oh, you don't know, when you don't have anything to talk about the weather. I swear to God, I'm not lying. Like I have a lot of like, business calls or stuff, not business calls, but like calls for like my job. And I'm like, sometimes when there's nothing, I'm like, you guys, how's the weather out there? I'm like, it's like hot over here. It's like 90 degrees. Like it sounds so like minimal, but I
never
promise
really
you
thought
guys,
about it though. I love that. Like, I'm like, what do I say? I'm like, I'm gonna be so boring answering that question.
No, but but it's 100% true. Like what you're saying, approach the women, right? Like it depends on the circumstance.
Like, how are you? How was your day? How was traffic?
No, and those literal things, think about it. I always think of universal experiences that we all share. We all know what the weather's like. We all know what the traffic was like. How are you doing? Fine. Or, oh, really excited if I'm coming here to come purchase a car. Like, yeah, the drive over, there's just like certain little things. I think it's really important to like pick at what is the specifics, but universal things like whether if they have a family,
easy topics, nothing crazy.
Topics, pets. Like, oh my God, my dog was just, sorry guys, you're on Zoom, you hear my crazy dog. Oh, you have a dog. Oh, you have a dog. What kind of dog? What kind of cat? Like, it's such an underappreciated skill because that's how you build relationships, right? It's like those small talks, it's those small conversations, like being able to pull from nothing and then here you're like, oh, what? Oh, yeah, no, su abuela que está allá en Mexico, que, like su rancho, like you just start like,
gallinas, haciendo tortillas hechas a mano.
all because I told her it's hot and she's like, girl, you don't even know where I'm from. It's hot over here, like it's a really underappreciated like skill, truly. Another underappreciated skill is like continuing those relationships because I think for most of our besties, we're probably like in our 20s, or maybe 20s, early 30s, and so it's just like, and it's just like, we're trying to level up, right? You said you've leveled up by making these connections and keeping them. And sometimes maybe we just graduated college, maybe we just left a job, maybe we're looking for a new route, maybe we're looking to shift and pivot into a new career. What's really important to keeping a genuine relationship with people that you think like long-term, this could potentially be, a contact for me?
Yeah, I think it's very important. It's also something that people say like, oh, it's not what you know, is who you know. But honestly, I don't even believe that.
Really?
It's not who you know, it's who knows you. Because you can walk in a room and you can say, I know tal fulana, this and that. But do they fuck with you? Do they actually know you? Do you guys actually have a connection? So I think it's a little bit of both. Who you know and who knows you. Always keep the relationship. Always make a good impression no matter where you're at. Give it your all. Try to stay positive. We all have bad days. We all go through things. Okay, I hate when people use excuses. I'm like, oh my God, me estresa. I literally cannot stand when people have excuses. The only excuse you have is you failing on yourself. Like you walk in a room, you give it your all. And sometimes it's hard. Don't get me wrong. We've all been there many times. But give it your all. And if you like something and if you never tried it, try it. Put yourself out there. Take a risk. Meet people. Like, just keep that relationship with the people that you're with. Check up on people. Like I've done that and it has helped me so much till now. Like probably I want to say 60, 70 of my work is because word of mouth now.
Wow.
Because I've always kept that good relationship. I'm always checking up on people. I give it my all and I genuinely want to.
Right.
And my purpose is to help other people. So I feel like I'm going towards that direction.
I love that. I love what you just said about sometimes we're the victim in our own stories.
100%. You should be the star in your own movie, in your own film. Like you're the one that's supposed to be the leader. You make your own script. If you want to go out there and decide to have a bad day, then you're gonna have a bad day.
Yeah.
Like we all have bad days. I try to stay very positive, and any negative thing I always try to flip into something positive. Because at the end of the day, we all have the same time in this world, and what are you doing different? Now I know there's things out there in life that changes, whatever. But at the end of the day, we all have choices, and you choose to be where you're at and how you want to think. That's your choice.
100%. I'm such in this space in my life right now. Like, I don't know about you, but I've definitely had people in my life who they just know how to be victims. They just know how to be victims.
I know a lot of them too.
You know, that their circumstance is because somebody else did this to me, or somebody else didn't open that door for me. Somebody else, and it's like,
get over it. Sorry, get over it. Get over it. Move on. Get over it.
And you can sit on it. Like, I'm a firm believer, you know, sit in your sadness, soak for it for a little bit, but
and
don't let that consume you.
You should digest it, understand it, but move on from it. Don't sit there for people to like come to you and validate you. Dude, move on. I was just talking to one of my friends and she was telling me some stuff and I'm like, honestly, I forgot about it. Like, it was just drama. I'm like, I forgot about it. I don't sit on it. I'm so focused. I'm so busy. Move on from it. If people are just sitting there on something, either you're not busy, your priorities, you're not prioritizing what you need to. Move on from it. Like, nobody cares. People forget. People don't care. Just move on from it. Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Hey, she's about to add singer to her.
I did drop a song.
What? You're lying.
I did. But don't ever hire me to sing because I am the worst singer.
Wait, Besties, drop down below. Do we need her to drop the link and put
I did one
the song?
I did one song and I did a music video. It's like reggaeton Latin.
Wait, it was like a green, was it green? Like you were like, a cover was green?
No, that was not.
No?
I was actually wearing pink. But no, I just did it for fun. Like, trust me.
I need the link.
There's bad comments on there and I'm like, I agree with you.
No,
I agree. There's people that are like, don't ever drop a song. I'm like, hey, look, I agree with you. I was just doing this for fun.
But you could either have had a dream and tried it out, or even like, this is something for fun.
I just did it for fun.
And people, I always say, like, people who hate, like, I bet you they probably one day were singing in the shower, like, you know what, this could be a song. And you actually went and did it.
I did it.
And that's part of not making yourself a victim and like taking opportunities and taking risks. And that's when I think people are so miserable, because they're sitting in the what if, they're sitting in the could have been, should have been.
Oh, that makes me so sad. Like, I wish I could carry people in my bag and just be like, look at how I'm living life. Look at what you're missing out. Like, you can do this too. Because there was this YouTube video that I saw of the older people. What's it called? Oh my God, I'm like
seniors? Like,
seniors.
Okay.
Sorry.
Los viejitos. Shout out to los viejitos.
How did I make it so far in life? I'm just kidding. No, but viejitos. And they did like this research and they were asking them like, what is something you regret? And they're like, I wish, or what if I could have done this when I was in my 20s, when I was young, or I chose the easy route and look at me now. That makes me so sad.
Yeah.
So sad. So like, if you're watching this right now and there's something you want to pursue, just go do it. What is the worst thing that happen? Like, someone tell you no? Who cares? Like, do it again, do something different until you find what you really want to do.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like, you know, I'm definitely in this space in my life right now. Like, I've always been like very traditional. Like, I'm going to go to school, you know, like I'm going to get a career. Like, I never thought like, okay, dream. Like, I never thought that was possible, you know? And obviously being on this podcast and getting to meet people like yourself and other content creators, it's like inspiring, you know? Aww. And I think it's really awesome, like, to hear, hey, don't be afraid of risk. And even better than that, don't be afraid of the failure.
Yeah.
You know, because I think the failure is part of the process. Like, it's like even when we learn how to ride a bike, I failed many times before I learned how to ride that bike.
Exactly.
You know, and it's just like, how can I continue? How can you like accept and live in that rejection and then like move forward? And
it's okay if you're scared and you're scared to take that risk, but like, you just throw yourself out there. Like, that's so normal to be scared. It's so normal. If you're not, then obviously then I don't know what kind of person you are, but like, it's normal for you to have those feelings. Like, at the end of the day though, like, you have to be a little different than everybody else. Like, you be you, like, just find you.
Yeah, no, 100% find you and find the things that serve you and make you like feel full of life and feel like, you know what, who cares? Who cares if people laugh at me? You know, Instagram, you can hide your likes.
You have no idea how many times I've walked into auditions and I blink out, I cry out coming out of the room. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. I want to give up. You have no idea. But the thing is, I never gave up. I never gave up and I'm still not going to give up. So people like, oh, how did you do it? You're just so confident. Girl, do you know, I probably even had a breakdown before you don't know that. Like, I still show up though for myself.
Yeah. What ways do you like learn to pick yourself up or show up for yourself like after those moments?
Honestly, I tend to say honestly a lot.
Because you're honest, honestly.
Because I'm an honest girl.
Yeah.
I talk myself to a lot. I read a lot of books too, a lot of motivational speakers I listen to, but mainly I pray a lot. I'm a big believer. I'm not going to say I'm like this godly woman because I'm not perfect, but I pray a lot. Anything that I've ever gone in my life is because I've done a very strong prayer and my faith is very strong. And I actually added myself on my top 9 on my text messages, and I text myself every day, believe it or not.
Really?
If it's something that's on my mind, if it's something that I saw, if it's something that I need to remind myself, anything, and I'll go back to it and I'm like, oh, okay, check yourself. Like, and then I'm thankful. I say 10 things that I'm thankful for. Okay, I'm healthy, I'm alive, my family's still here, I roof over my head. I'm like, people don't even have that. I'm like, okay, you're good. It's not that bad. It's not that serious. There's worse things in the world. Okay, and then like I start believing that. When people ask me like, how are you doing? Amazing. I may not be amazing, but me saying it makes me feel amazing. So it's just kind of like your mind.
That's really important. I love that you're saying, like, I've lately been tapping into a lot. Like, again, I'm not super religious, but
Yes.
I do have I feel like I've been asking God for things and he's been giving them to me.
Oh, and he will.
You know?
He will. If you have faith, I'm going to tell you right now, real quick. I don't know how much time we have, but for the traders, I was an alternate, meaning they flew about 50 people and only 20 people got to be on the show. They already filmed the show, okay? They filmed the show. I thought I was gonna be sent home. They sent everybody home. They only had 2 people left, like as a backup, which I was one of them. They had told me to pack my stuff, ready to go on the show. And then the day of the show, they're like, you're gonna go home probably. I was so devastated and I was probably hit rock bottom because I'm like, oh my God, all over again, like the circle. I'm like, I'm gonna do this all over again. They're gonna send me home. Like, oh my God, and I'm getting older. Like, I'm gonna give up. Maybe I'm not meant to do the entertainment. I kid you not, I was probably praying for 8 hours. I was like crying in the shower for like 3 hours, and I'm okay sharing this because it's something that I'm like, hopefully help somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was crying in the shower for 3 hours. The water was just hitting me, and I'm like, I felt like I lost my purpose in life for a second because I worked so hard to be where I'm at, and I'm like, this is it. Like, I'm not good at this. They don't want me. Anyways, I kid you not, I prayed, I meditated, I did the whole thing. And I didn't hear from production for like 3 days. And I'm like, okay, they already filmed. They're probably shooting the 3rd day. This is it. They come knocking on my door, and I asked for God for signs. And I said, can you give me a sign? Because I haven't been able to sleep. Again, the times are different. And this time I was locked up in like this hotel. They take your phone away. You have no phone, by the way. You have no alarm. They cover the little, the little hole outside the window.
The peephole?
They cover that. They have security outside. The only thing you have is the TV. Like, that's all you have as far as electronics. They even take the phone out of the room. You can't even talk to your family members because they do that for shows to mentally mess with you a little bit.
Got you. To isolate you so that you can tap into like whatever the purpose of the show is. But
also too, because I don't know what's going to, I just know I'm an extra at this point. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. And I already know they started filming. I'm like, that's it. And I said, God, you're the only one that can make it change. If I'm meant to be in this show, then make them stop the show and put me in. I'm not kidding you.
I've chills.
And I was like, I will never want anything to happen to anybody. I'm just saying, like, put me in the show for whatever, because nobody can do anything but you.
Right.
And remember, this is the 3rd day of them already filming. I don't know anything.
Wow.
And then I'm like, and I can't sleep, so help me sleep. The next thing you know, they're knocking on my door. I'm not kidding you. Like 30 minutes, they're knocking on my door. After like me praying, after being done 30 minutes later, they knock on my door, and then they bring like this little thing, like, what is it to smell? So like it helps you sleep. It's like
like essential oil?
That stuff. I don't know. I talk how to talk English sometimes. They did that, and I'm like, it helped me sleep. And then the next thing you know, 40 minutes later, I'm not lying because I timed this and I put this all. They knocked on my door and they said, Geraldine. I said, what? I'm going home. They're like, no, sit down. Someone got COVID. We're sending him home, and you're going in. And I literally, just talking about it makes me want to cry because I
literally have chills.
Yeah,
I literally
and
have
I'm
chills
like, wait,
for
what?
you.
And I'm like, you're lying. I literally stood up. I'm like, you're lying.
Oh my God, I have chills all over my body.
And then they're like, yeah, no, we had to stop the show, so we have to refilm the show. I said, you're lying. When does that ever happen? Like, when? They're like, unfortunately, someone got COVID. We have to send him home, so we have to reshoot the whole thing. And I said, are you kidding me? And they're like, no, pack your stuff. You're leaving tomorrow.
Wow.
And I'm like, that was God. That was God. I asked for those 2 things, and he made it happen. And I mean, there's other different stories that I have, but those are like, I'm like, wow. And when I was praying, I remember I told him, I can't wait to be outside the castle and be like, I'm closing my eyes because I remember like I'm reliving the moment. I was like, what's up, guys? My name is Geraldine Moreno, and catch me on Peacock, blah, 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 the Traders. And I did the same thing when I arrived to the castle. They're like, we need you to say your name and that you're on Peacock. And I said the same thing. What's up, guys? My name is Geraldine Moreno. Catch me on the Traders, streaming on Peacock. And I'm like, this is God. This is God. God wanted me to do this.
Wow.
So yes, I'm a big believer in God.
I love that.
Yes.
And I think it's really important to like tap into your faith, like whatever it is, like it's your specific religion. But like, there's just something, you know, for me, a few episodes ago, Stephanie and I were talking about like, okay, if you had to like name if your life was a movie, what would be the title of your movie? And right now I feel like there's some like shifts going on in my life. And I had said like, oh, you know what? I think mine would be like, oh, the places you'll go. And yesterday I went to like an all girls gym. I had already done like an hour of cardio early in the morning. I'm like, you know what? Like I ate like shit the day before. So I was just like, I'm gonna go get this extra workout in because I just do cardio. You know, I want to build some muscle. And I'm like, I never work out 2 times a day. So don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? This body still got a lot of work in progress. But like I went there and a girl was there. She had brought her daughter and her daughter was wearing a shirt that said, oh, the places you'll go. And like, mind you, I had literally been like telling God, like, cause there's just some, you know, there's a lot of like things changing.
That is God.
That was God. Like literally, like I was like, you know, God, like, what do you think? Like, what's gonna be like next? Like, what's up for me? Like, you know, just like asking him, like you said, for those signs, those kind of clarity, those moments, like, and sometimes the sign might not be clear, but I feel like the sign to me was like, don't be scared. Like, oh, the places you'll go. Like, this is just the beginning. Like this, you know, your life is so much more to live despite whatever could happen. So I just feel like my relationship with God, you know, even though I don't really go to church like that, I have started going more frequently, just like here and there. But that's a good start,
though. As long as you believe and you're praying, that's more than what other people are not doing. So that's good.
Yeah. So I just feel like it's really important to hear like how your faith can be what rejuvenates you, you know, like what brings you to life, or even what like cements you, right? Like, what are the fucking odds 3 days into filming after you just pray for 8 hours?
And I didn't even hear from them. And apparently it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's like, I don't know. It literally, like, as you were saying, I got like chills like 3 times. It's deep. Like, it's really deep. And it's important to have that relationship. Were you always like really kind of tapped into God when you were little? You think that kind of grew as you got older?
No, when I was little, I mean, maybe when I was like really young, because my parents whatnot. But then high school, college, I wasn't. Actually, there was a point I didn't even believe in God, to be honest.
Oh, really?
And then I do take Bible studies. I'm not as consistent as I should. But I think the older I'm getting and the way I see my family, and I'm like, you know what? Let me give this a try. Like, I do believe in God. But then I've really used God in scenarios where I'm like, all right, let me test a little the waters of God right now. And I feel like I've already built that relationship. And the fact that he has shown me, I mean, I could tell you stories for days when it comes to my career. And he has helped me in ways that I'm just like, wow, it's him.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I love that you're saying like there was a point in your life where maybe you were agnostic. Like, what was that shift? Like, what was the change from you being like, I don't believe in God, to like, maybe there is a God? Because I think sometimes Latinos, we get like, we don't like to say those things, right? Because it's like, la familia, they're gonna be like, el demonio, but it's like,
I don't have no problem talking about it. Yeah,
I love it. Go ahead.
So honestly, I think it was when I was going into the entertainment, when I was around 24. I was like, I don't believe. And then I started seeing, I'm not gonna lie, the entertainment is pretty nasty out there, okay? Right. It is. LA, Hollywood, it's the truth. It's not the best. And the way I was raised with my family, my parents have been married for now 35 years in December. So I was raised very like grounded. I still have my mom, I still have my dad, they're still married.
Very traditional.
Very traditional. And then I would go to LA and it was like, you don't see that in LA. LA is, everybody's sleeping around with everybody's trying to make it to the top. It's a nasty world, okay? And then I would come home to Riverside and I'm like, it's the total opposite. And I'm like, this is what I want. So I'm like, I need to tap into that, because if not, sorry, my gums come out.
You're good.
I'm like, I need to tap into that, because if not, then I'm gonna lose myself in the entertainment. So I'm so happy that my parents have raised me the way they did and been grounded. And my parents have been active parents, that because of them, they've kind of like always kept that, okay, no, you got to go back to your roots. That's where you belong. So I feel like that's what grounded me, to be honest.
So your parents kind of were like bringing you back, like, hey, you know, I know this world is exciting and, you know, lucrative, and there's so many things.
And I was never like a crazy child. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did like to party, like to go out, but never want to be above that.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. I mean, I love that though. maybe it's just like you were just seeing like, maybe is this the world that I have to like relate more to?
Future wise, I was like, no. I don't see myself here for the rest of my life. Like, no, I'm not trying to do all that. And I did live in LA for like 8 years.
Mm-hmm. And are you now back in
And
IE?
I'm back in the IE, baby. And now I'm going to go back to LA right now.
Hey, y'all know where to catch her on Sundays.
Killer Queens. Banda night.
I'm like, it's giving, we do like a hosting night or something.
At this point, I should, huh?
At this point, is giving a
Killer
hosting
Queens,
night.
you heard that? Give me a table.
Hey,
bottle service.
Hey, we'll send him the clip. No, but something else I was going to ask you is like, you know, because you're like in entertainment, what is dating like for you? If you want to talk about that.
Wow. Okay. Dating life sucks. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not even kidding. It's really hard.
Yeah.
It is really hard because not everybody understands my life right now. I'm traveling like, girl, I leave to the UK tomorrow. Like, I'm traveling like crazy. I don't even know when I'm going to be back. People don't understand social media. A lot of men are very insecure with social media, the following, the comments. I'm only talking from my experience.
Right.
I'm not talking about all men, so men don't come at me. But it's hard. I was in a relationship for like 1.5 years, and we just broke up recently. And I thought that was the one because he understood the entertainment, but unfortunately, our goals and morals did not align. And I decided to end that relationship. But now I feel like now that I'm in my healing era, I am ready to date, and I'm taking applications. I am. I'm open to it, but that's how it is.
Yeah. So one thing I've heard from like women who are in the entertainment field or doing like non-traditional, more entrepreneurial, it's hard to date a 9-to-5 guy when you're very entrepreneurial. When you're an entrepreneur, do you find that experience to be true?
For me, I'm so like, I don't even care if you have followers or not. I don't care if you have a 9-to-5. I don't care. As long as you are hardworking and you have integrity and you have the same morals and values, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't care that you have 9-to-5. I don't care as long as you're not lazy, because I can't do lazy.
Yeah, no, definitely not. No, but there's like some girls who are like, the people who do 9-to-5, they just don't get me. They just don't understand. Whereas people who are entrepreneur, they understand the grind, the hustle. Do you find that to be your experience?
I don't think I've dated so much for me to understand that, to be clear. Like I've only had like one real boyfriend. If you count high school, I guess 2. But I was never like a crazy dater. And I think I was always, because my parents, the way they raised me, and then I was very concentrated in my career. Then I went to college. Girl, I don't know. And then recently, you know, that was my first boyfriend, real boyfriend. And then now I'm just like, okay, I'm open to, I'm kind of like open to dating now. So I haven't really had that experience.
Are you scared, do you think, to be in love?
I'm not scared to be in love.
No. Do you love
They
love?
should be scared to be in love. I'm just kidding. Asusta. No, ¿cómo
los-
dice? Me asustas, pero me gustas.
Los tenés enamorados. Wrapped
No,
around.
I should probably do a show of 12 corazones. Do you remember that?
You know what? I could so see you in 12 corazones.
Imagine 12
Wait,
corazones.
what was your sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Okay, so she would be the Cancer. Body like a dancer.
Oh, body like a dancer.
Shout out to Sweetie.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a Cancer.
You know what's so crazy? 100%. I could so see you as like the
12
host for
corazones?
12 corazones. You guys, comment down below. Should we do a dating episode with
Should
Geraldine?
we do it in Riverside? I just have an idea.
Let's do it.
I know people. I Killer Queen. Just kidding. No, I know certain place that we can go and host like a dating. Like
Let's do it.
We should like take applications, guys and girls.
Okay, besties, drop down below.
We should do it.
We need comments. Everyone, we need at least like 15, 20 comments dropping down below. Give us names for the reality, you know, maybe like zodiac sign too. Do we take those corazones?
Yes, I'll take all your horoscopes. I'll do your rising, your moon sign.
Yes.
I'll bring all the toxicas and toxicos. I'm just kidding.
Hey, no, bring them on. We're gonna need them for the entertainment.
We should host a dating. Oh my.
Let's do it.
Girl, we just came up with a good idea.
All right, besties, comment down below. Comment down below your sign. Yes. Comment down below your sign. We need a girl, we need a guy. So the girls, the gays, and the straights, you know, and the days, like comment down below.
De todo.
De todo. We want to see. We're going to pick some people out.
I am so
Let's
down.
do it.
You guys are not seeing this, but behind the camera, I can see their faces.
Yeah,
Like,
Jess and Matt are like, I'm like, they're like, yup. Okay.
Imagine we're hosting
Cancer, Aries.
Que pase el desgraciado. Just kidding.
Fire and water.
Señorita Laura. Just kidding. Like a whole reality show.
100%, I can see that.
Dude, I'm so down.
And if you want to date Geraldine, What are the top must needs? If she's accepting applications right now, but before you put in your application, there's some prerequisites and there's some qualifications that you need to meet. Go. What are your top 3 if you want to date?
I actually get really shy when it comes to dating.
Really?
It's so funny because you're like, you're not shy, Geraldine. Yes, I am. I get shy. So what do I look for in a man?
What does he need? Okay, not what you look for, because we can look for a lot of things, but what do you need? Like your top 3.
I'm gonna tell you about looks and what do I need as in personality. Okay.
So write this down, boys.
Personality. I need someone that has. You gotta be somewhat funny. I'm not saying be a comedian, pero payasito is okay. You know, here and there.
Yeah. A little goofy.
You have to kind of match my energy in a way. I'm not saying 100% because I know I'm a little always on 100. You don't have to do that, but just know how to read the room and get me. Like, you know, how, from far away, just know how to read me. I love a man who's attentive. I love a man who's family oriented. I love a man who has integrity. I like a man who is confident, who's hardworking. I like a man that knows how to lead. And best believe, I'm a leader, but I know how to shut up and sit down and look pretty, and I know how to follow if you're a good leader. What else? As far as looks, I'm tall. I'm 5'7", so I would like a guy who's 6 foot or taller.
Okay. Are you the rule like he has to be 6 feet, or can you do like maybe 5'9", 5'10", 5'11"?
I would say 5'11".
Okay.
Because I wear heels and I'm already 5'11" with heels, so he has to be tall.
Okay, at least 5'11".
Maybe 5'10" and a half, but so yeah, so
5'10" and a half, and get the Nikes with like the extra inch.
I'm like, that's like rascando pobrecita niña que ya no
we're just gonna get him some extra platforms. We're gonna get him the Tom Cruise like pop-ups, so he could get a little taller. Yeah, yes. You can do that.
I would like a man who likes to work out. I love to work out. I'm about to fitness. You need to work out. I'm not saying be like super buff over here, but cuídate, take care of yourself. Have a little style. And as far as ethnicity, I'm actually open to ethnicities. I don't have a specific with ethnicities or color. I'm open to it.
Yeah, you're like accepting everything. Okay, so
not everything, girl.
No,
not everything.
Accepting quality, but open to all races and all kind of people. So
I'm over here all shy now. I'm like, I'm a shyness.
But don't be shy, guys. Dropping her DM,
and
let her know how you're gonna attend to her. How hard you work. Let her know how tall you are. Let her know that how today you got your routine in. You pumped those chest day.
Oh my God, this girl.
A little sweaty. Post a shot on your story. Follow her. Send her that, and just be like, just wanted to pop in and let you know. Do you like like a little like you said you like someone who's like on 10. Like you want someone who can like match your level
as far as energy.
Yeah, like energy, like who you are as a person, like talkative, social.
You don't have to be crazy social, because I know sometimes I'm like over the top, but like I said, just know how to read the room. Like be respectful, be nice to people. I don't want you sitting in one corner and just like, this is boring.
Yeah.
Then bye, go home.
Yeah. So because you said like, you're in terms of dating, like you just got a relationship. What do you think?
It's been like 8 months now.
Okay, that's a good time.
That's a good time. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm like I'm healed. I'm good.
Yeah. 100%. Healing girl era, eat, pray, love, did all that. Went to UK, traders, all that.
Yes.
So what is the biggest lesson you've learned now?
Okay.
Leaving that relationship, maybe about you and about things that you expect in your relationships, because every relationship that ends is a lesson, right?
Yes, I think I've learned how to love myself and what to not accept, because I gave it my all. Like I was basically like a wife almost. And I learned
cocinabas, planchabas,
almost, basically almost, pobrecita mí, but like almost. And I'm like, whoa, like this, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. Like I was in a relationship, so a little different, but I think also I learned patience for myself, how to be patient in a relationship. I never did things with a man, so I never knew how to carry myself, how to be around a male who's a leader. And now I know how to do that. Like I learned how to like cater to my man, when to pull back, let the man lead, let him lead. If he wants, let him take over and be in his masculine energy. So those are things that I learned.
Okay, how do you tap into that feminine energy when you're such an alpha? Because I feel like that's definitely a challenge I have.
You don't do anything. You don't do anything.
You don't even suggest, like they say, put the maps, make a right. You just let him figure it out.
Be like, hey babe, like, can I help you with something? Like, do you want? I would like to help you, but don't try to take control. Or I've learned, this is so funny. So when I used to like always just open my door, like, oh, because I'm so used to opening my door. Now I'm like, oh, my door is broken, or I can't park. Can you park the car for me?
Okay, be a little dumb.
We should put this out there, but yes.
But you know what? That is so funny because I swear to God, that's one of the things I just told my friend because I just got out of a long-term relationship.
I started acting dumb.
Yeah, and so it's just like I'm like, you know what I should have done? I should have been less smart. Like on the little things, the little things that don't matter. Like, do I fucking need to prove that I know how to fucking get there?
As a woman, you don't have to do anything. A man already is what is it called? Like they're chasers. They're masculine.
They're like, yeah, dominant.
So you as a woman, you don't have to do anything. I'm not saying don't help out. I'm not saying don't give him advice. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying don't let him be a man. Okay? If he wants it that way, it's okay, babe. All right, let's go that way. If you want to go this, okay, let's do that. It's fine. You
Pick your battles.
Yeah. It's honestly really easy. Men are pretty easy, I think.
Yeah.
They're easy.
Yeah.
I think it's us. It's us.
It's
like,
us.
And I admit it. I'm not even lying to you. And us girls, we could be a little toxicas too.
Yeah.
But they love that.
They do.
You guys can't live without us.
They do. I'm like, that's why they like the toxic shit, I'm like, don't be his peace, babies. Be Hispanic.
Be a little both. 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50. Yeah. So you think coming in and thinking like your next term relationship, you're like, you want to tap more into that feminine energy and being more soft, being more submissive. Like I actually don't think there's anything wrong with being submissive, like in terms of the dynamic of a relationship, because I think it changes, right?
Yeah.
There's times where your partner's going to need more of you. There's times where you're going to need more from your partner. So it's just like being able to find that balance and being okay with sometimes being more soft-spoken or learning maybe, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it on the inside. I'm gonna text myself what I really feel.
Yeah, I've been doing that. I've been doing a lot of inner work though. A lot of inner work because we all have traumas from our childhood. And that's where when you're in a relationship, a lot of your traumas or past, whatever you've dated relationships, you're gonna bring that to the next relationship. Yeah. That's when every person brings a little different from you. So I've done a lot of therapy. I've done a lot of inner work, a lot of inner child work. I read, I watch motivational videos, I pray, I take notes. So I think I'm at the perfect place right now that I'm open for dating.
So inner child work. I've heard a lot of people say that. What does that really mean?
So when you were a kid, the way you were raised, you have those certain habits from your mom, from your dad. And you think that's the right thing, or it just becomes a habit, or the way they raised you and it wasn't okay. Like I could be like yelling at you when you do something wrong. It could be making you feel like when you're growing up, like, how do I say this? You have these traumas from they didn't love you the way you wanted to be loved. Right. So you carry that on as your adulthood, and especially in a relationship, you tend to take that out because that's how you were raised. Right. And sometimes that's not the way it should be. And you start learning, what's my love language? Is it physical? Is it touch? It's so many different things. It's the words of affirmation. So you kind of, once you understand what your love language is and how you like to be loved, then you kind of set those boundaries and standards in a relationship, and then like, this is the way, and if it doesn't work out, then move on to the next person. Okay, let me guess your love language. Is giving words of affirmation, because I feel like don't tell me yes or no. I'm going to tell you what I think your top two. Words of affirmation, it gives you travel a lot, so probably not quality time necessarily. It's love language, words of affirmation, gift giving, is giving gift giving. And what is the other one? Access. Okay, wait, I take it back. I'm going to say access service first and then positive words of affirmation. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. You're right so far, but I actually like it all. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Ay, dámelo todo. She's like, D, all of the above. No, honestly, mine are all. Okay. Mine are all. I love being around my partner. Have you taken the test? Huh? Like the test that tells you like what the percentage is? Yeah, that said I was all. It literally said I was all. Wow. But I'm be honest, I'm not crazy about gifts. Okay. I'm so basic. I love, if you just give me a ramo of flowers every day, I'll be the happiest girl ever. Like, I swear, I love flowers. I don't need you to take me to a expensive dinner. You could literally take me to go get tacos down the street and I'll be happy. Like, I'm so chill with that. As long as you're with me and you show me and your words match your actions, then we Gucci. That's important. I feel like my love language, I'm very much an acts of service person, but I think it's because I always like to do for people. Yeah. So I never really realized like the value that has like in your like partnerships or even like your friendships, any kind of relationship, you know, like I'm like, I need people to like, cause I think I have a problem with being expressive with how much I love people. So instead I just like to do for them. You know, I'm not the friend who's going to be like, oh my God, bitch, I love you so much. But except when my friends are down, you know, my friends are down. That's when I'm just like, you're amazing. You're smart. You're da-da-da-da, you know, but like,
every day I'm more of a jokester, you know? So I feel like I like to do for my friends, like one of my best friend's birthdays, shout out to my bestie. This might be coming on her birthday. Shout out to my bestie, Chantel. Like, for example, hey, thank you. You know, for example, like I'm like, what do we do for her birthday? She just had a baby. Her baby's gonna turn 1 on June 4th. And then her fiance, like his birthday is the next, and she's just doing things for them. And I'm like, no, like we need to do something for you, you know, like it's amazing that she's a mom and this is like her year. And, you know, when you become, well, we don't know, but like, you know, we have experiences when you become a mom, it kind of like all consuming, all being like just being a mom. And I'm like, it's really important to take a second and to like appreciate you. And so the best way that I could do that for her, I'm like, let's go do like a little cute like beach picnic day, and like let's have you and all our friends, and like let's just do like a fun day celebrating you, because it's important to make that time as a parent, or even maybe you just broke up with a relationship and you just got out of this relationship where you did everything for everyone. Like it's okay to take a second to value you. You can do other things for other people, but finding that little bit of time for you, because that's how you heal. You know, sometimes we heal through helping others, but at some point, you know,
you just have to do a lot of work for yourself and be alone. And a lot of people don't know how to be alone. And honest, I am so happy that that's my best skill for me, is I know how to be alone. I've been alone for many years. I learned to do things on my own, and that is the best medicine you can give yourself. Sometimes you need to sit down with your thoughts. I remember I was taking therapy and I was going through some things, and it's like, stop doing you're too busy. Yeah. Go to a room. If you need to cry for a week, let it all out. Understand your emotions. Understand how you feel. It's okay. But don't sit on it for weeks and weeks. Understand it. Take it. Yeah. Keep going. And you learn from that. And it makes you stronger. Yeah. At least for me, it made me stronger.
Yeah. I think that's true. I think it's hard to sit with our feelings, right?
It's extremely hard. Like nobody wants to be sitting, like we tend to avoid it. So we do all these other things to keep ourselves really busy. But then guess what? It adds up. And then there's going to be a point you're just going to explode. And I've had those moments, but no, sit down with your feelings, understand your feelings. And nobody really wants to talk about feelings, but
yeah, it's
hard.
That's how people stay in those victim spaces.
Yeah, they stay in the victim like, ay, nadie me quiere. They didn't reach out to me. Can you believe that? Girl, get over it. You have no idea how I talk to my friends. I'm like, do you want advice or you're just venting? Yeah. I'm just venting. Okay. And then they're like, okay, what's the advice? I'm like, I'm not going to tell you because you're not even listen. Yeah. Okay, but I have to go because I have to go do something. Yeah. Done. Yeah. Move on. I'm on to the next. Yeah. Yeah, se acabó.
Yeah. No, you know what? I feel like I should probably start asking my friends that, because I have the problem. Like,
you just want to give advice?
Yeah. I'm like, no, I be talking my shit. Like that. I be talking shit. I be like,
me too, because you're just so quick. Yeah. But I also learned, not everybody's situation is a little different. We're not in their shoes. So I'm like, do you want advice or do you want to vent? Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right, this is a PSA to all my homegirls. When you call me, if you don't want me to say what I have to really say, just let me know. I just in a moment to vent, because I think my problem is that like someone will tell me something, I'm like, I'm trying to problem solve. Like I always like to problem solve, So I'm like, oh, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you reach out to this? But it's like sometimes they're maybe in the first stage of that like acceptance of maybe bad news, right? Yeah, exactly. So it's like maybe today I just needed to let it out. Maybe in 3 days from now, I'm like, you know what? I've sat in this. I thought about it. I let it process. Yes. Now I'm ready to hear, okay, maybe what are some advice? And then maybe next week I'll be like, okay, you know what? This is like next steps. This is how we can problem solve. Because I think like because my language is active service, I'm like, well, what can I do? What can I do to make your life better? What can I do to this?
That's how I am. Yeah.
And it's just like, sometimes some people are not in the space to
receive that. They just want to be like your support. Like, okay, I understand. Oh, I'm sorry.
Did therapy teach you how to like do that?
I think with the things that I've been through in life, that has taught me. And then obviously therapy, adding the cherry on top of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is a sign, guys. If next episode, I will be looking for a therapist. If you guys know someone and they have Kaiser, let me know. Send me their link. I'm ready to start therapy.
Okay. So another thing, therapy. I'm not like crazy about therapy, even though I shouted out there like therapy like 10,000 times. ChatGPT
therapy. Oh hell,
that one too.
I'm like, that's why we're running out of water.
No. That one took over. And let me tell you how good if you don't pay for it, you don't have to. It's fine. But it will save your conversations. I do. Okay. You have no idea. If you are not on ChatGPT, you can't even relate right now. So you can talk as shit as you want. But you could even put a voice. You wanted a guy, you wanted a girl, you want it to be Italian, you want it to be Spanish, whatever you want. You can go so specific into it. Mine's the guy. My therapist is the guy on my phone, ChatGPT. And every time I talk to it, because I pay for it, so it keeps all your memory, and you have different tabs. Like one could be about school, one could be about work, one could be about captions on Instagram. Trust me, I do it all. And I'm like, chat, or like I'll call it Bestie or chat. Oh, today I had a really bad day. What do you think? How should I? I think you should go this way, or I think you should do this, but understand that because of your feelings. And it goes so deep into it, and it's literally talking to you. And if you wanted to like use specific names, I'm like, can you just use their name so I feel like I'm talking to a person? Of course, and it'll do that. I'm telling you.
My homegirl does the same exact thing. It's crazy that you're saying that.
Better than a therapist. Sorry, it is.
That's insane.
And it's not because it tells you what you want to hear.
You're all programming like, only tell me the things que me gusta.
Only tell me what I want to hear.
That's, you know what's so crazy? You're literally the second person that has told me that.
Have you done it?
No, but I have one of my best friends. One of my best friends has ChatGPT. She has the voice, and she'll literally like run through her whole issues, like if she has her boyfriend or at work. And the thing will talk back to her and give her advice. 100%. That's crazy that you're saying this, because I'm like, that means probably hundreds, if not thousands of people are doing that.
I got all my friends on it. I'm not lying to you. Probably 5 of my friends that are on it right now.
Really?
They're like, okay, so today I talked to Chat. I'm like, I told you.
Chatiana?
Yep.
What's your ChatGPT's name?
I don't have a name for him yet.
Okay.
I actually
Is he British, or what's his voice like?
He sounds sexy, actually.
Oh, okay. A little William Levy.
I was like, ooh, William Levy, how you doing? I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna get one with a sexy voice, and so he could talk to me like, in a little Spanish accent or something.
That's how you know it's getting lonely. With my friend was like, ooh, your man sounds fine. And I was like, girl, damn, we're that lonely? What's going on?
Hey, again, accepting applications right now. If y'all wanna audition for our dating show coming soon, let us know. No, for sure we gotta do that.
Oh no, I'm doing it. Like I'm here.
For sure we're gonna do that.
And we print out like the horoscopes, putting them around the girl.
We need water signs, we need fire signs, earth, and air.
De todo.
Yeah, de todo.
De todo.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy, guys. Well, before we go, I want you to share a little bit more, anything that we should look up or coming up for you. I know you said you're flying out to UK, so it sounds like some things are in the works.
I am flying to the UK. I made it on a TV show.
Hey.
And that's all I can say, because I don't want to get in trouble.
No. And congratulations. I know you said you had your show coming out. Is it out already, or is it soon?
It's about to be out probably in the next week or so.
Okay.
It's called Traición. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm on season 1 and season 2. That one's on Amazon and on Tubi. And then we have The Traitors on Peacock. And then the one that I'm about to be on is going to be in the UK for ITV, and it'll be on Fox in the US.
Oh,
yes.
Exciting. Well, I'm super excited for you. It's so amazing to see all the doors that open. It's awesome to hear your story, how you persevere, and all the different shifts and pivots in your career. And I can't wait to see you more on the screen and see you on the big screen. And who knows, be accepting her Oscar one day. Hopefully she'll shout out the Besties on her acceptance speech.
I'll give a shout out to Riverside.
Yeah, shout out to the IE. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, can you give us drop your out with the Besties so we know where we can follow and tap in with you?
Oh yes. You guys can follow me on Instagram. TikTok and Instagram is the same as at Geraldine_Moreno_.
Yes, and we'll make sure to drop her links in the text box, Bestie, so you could just click away and tune in and make sure we're watching Traitors and Traición.
Traición.
I'm gonna let her say it because she's a professional here.
Traición.
Well, thank you, Bestie, so much. Hopefully you appreciated this episode again. Make sure you drop down a lot of love for Steph. We miss her. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below your sign, and who knows, we might see you next.
Yes,
in our dating show. Awesome. Well, thank you, Besties. Bye.